So what's up? This is like, I guess, breaking news. Instead of people going back to work in the pandemic, employees, people, instead of giving up working from home, employees are quitting their jobs. Um, I'm just reading here in Bloomberg where it says a 6 minute meeting drove Portia Twit to quit her job. She had taken a position as a research compliance specialist in February, enticed by promises of remote work. Then came the pride to go into the office. Meeting invites piled up. The final straw came a few weeks ago. The request for an in person gathering scheduled for all of 360 seconds. Twit got dressed, dropped her two kids at daycare, drove to the office, had the brief chat, and decided she was done. I just had it, said Twit, 33, who lives in Marietta, Georgia. With the coronavirus pandemic receding for every vaccine that reaches an arm, the push by some employers to get people back into offices clashing with workers who've embraced remote work as the new normal. While companies from Google to Ford Motor Company, Citigroup have promised greater flexibility, many chief executives have publicly extolled the importance of being in offices. Some have lamented that the perils of remote work, saying it diminishes collaboration and company culture. JP Morgan Chase and Company's Jamie Dimon said at a recent conference that it doesn't work for those who want to hustle. But legions of employees aren't so sure. If anything, the past year has proved that lots of work can be done from anywhere. Sans lengthy commutes on crowded trains or highways, some people have moved. Others have lingering worries about the virus and vaccine hesitant colleagues. And for Twit, there's also the notion that some bosses, particularly those of a generation less familiar to remote work, are eager to regain tight control of their minions. They feel like we're not working if they can't see us. She said it's a boomer power play. Still early to say how the post pandemic work environment will look. Only about 28% of U.S. office workers are back at their buildings, according to an index of 10 metro areas compiled by Security Compo Castle Systems. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will say I tip my hat to those employees who have been working from home and will rather quit their jobs than to leave their home. I mean, if a company has been able to, if the work has been able to be executed through laptops and Zooms, and workers have been pretty much efficient, this is just about control. And more than control, it's about these big, high power companies having these leases on these empty office buildings. And the landlords of these huge office buildings who want people to get back. And it seems like from a company standpoint that the companies would be saving money. I mean, if you don't have a building, you save it on a lease, you save it on utilities, you save it on pretty much everything. So to have people that have been working from home for a year and it's been business as usual to return back to an office is, just like they said in this article, is nothing more than control. So I don't blame you. Salute to those who would rather quit than to go back to an office. Some people just want you to be miserable. And to all you employers or bosses that want people to be miserable, what's the problem? Nobody wants to be around your ass. Nobody needs to be in an office with your miserable ass. Let people just work, have the Zoom conferences, and that's it. Okay? You want people miserable, stuck in traffic, commuting back and forth? Come on. What can't you do in a Zoom meeting that you can't do in person? I mean, it's ridiculous. So that's my take today, and that's my news.